There are still plenty of questions left unanswered in the NBA as the 2014-15 season looms, and trade rumors are continuing to fly around. Most of the marquee moves have already been made with free agency more than a month old, but some teams are far from completing their rosters. Just as well, a few notable players have still yet to determine where, or if, in Ray Allen's case, they will play this season. Let's check out the latest rumors surrounding the NBA. Greg Monroe. Don't get your hopes up, Indiana Pacers fans. In the impossibly wild trade scenario of the week, the Pacers front office has reportedly reached out to the Detroit Pistons about restricted free agent Greg Monroe, according to Matt Derry of Detroit Sports Radio 105.1, Welp. You can't blame the Pacers for giving it a shot, but it's hard to imagine talks surrounding this type of deal becoming anything close to serious. Even if Monroe is done in Detroit after playing 4 seasons there, a sign-and-trade deal resulting in Roy Hibbert's arrival wouldn't make much sense with Andre Drummond developing into a star center. The Pistons have made it clear they want to keep Monroe, an idea further aided by a presumed 5-year, $60 million offer reported by Detroit Free Press Vince Ellis. But according to the subject himself, no such offer has been made. Monroe's status as a restricted free agent means Indiana could actually come to terms with him, but Detroit is able to match any offer. If it's a matter of him wanting out of town, the Pistons still likely won't take a poor sign-on trade that gives them a player who's a bad fit. Give Indiana credit for trying, but it will take much more to seriously gain head coach Stan Van Gundy's attention. Timofey Mozgov. The Cleveland Cavaliers have had quite the off-season, but they're far from done. Already in hot pursuit of Kevin Love, Sean Marion and Ray Allen, the Cavs have explored the possibility of trading with the Denver Nuggets for center Timofey Mozgov, per Yahoo Sports' Adrian Wojnarowski via BasketballInsiders.com's Tommy Beer. It's no secret as to why Cleveland would covet such a deal. Even after an incredible off-season, there's little to no depth behind starting center Anderson Varejao to speak of, and that could be a key weakness on a championship-caliber team. ESPN.com's Joe Kaiser, subscription required, added more on the situation. Any future first-rounder from Cleveland would likely result in a pick somewhere between number 25-30, which probably won't be enough to entice the Nuggets to part with their underrated big man who came up huge last season. If the Cavs get Mozgov, they'll be doing so at the right time. The 28-year-old is coming off a career-high season in virtually every statistical category, and he even started 30 games last year in relief of Avel McGee. Sharing Russian history with head coach David Blatt wouldn't hurt his cause, either, as Blatt coached the Russian national team for 6 seasons and won the FIBA Euro Cup as head coach of Dynamo St. Petersburg in 2005. Ray Allen and the cycle continues. It was reported by the Boston Globe back in July that Ray Allen was leaning toward returning for the 2014-15 season and joining the Cleveland Cavaliers. Shortly after, Allen's agency tweeted that no decision had been made. This time, it was ESPN's Chris Broussard who reported early Sunday that Allen had told those around him that he's planning on returning. Once again, the Cavs were reportedly the front-runners for his services, per Broussard. Then, like clockwork, came the rebuttal from agent Jim Tanner. As Ray has previously stated, he is taking this time to make a decision whether or not he will play next season, Tanner said, per USA Today. Any reports otherwise are false. It was to be expected that Allen would take his time with the decision on whether to return to the court and put off retirement, so it should come as to no surprise that it's August and no announcement has been made. Still, the reports fly in of his plans to return, and we're left figuring out what to make of them when they're followed by a direct refuting. At this point, just take what you hear about Ray Allen with a grain of salt until it comes from his mouth.